True wealth begins in the mind, not in the bank account. This principle lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us that contentment, self-control, and mastery over desires form the foundation of a truly rich life. The Stoic thinker Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This powerful statement challenges the relentless pursuit of material possessions that defines much of modern life. Stoicism encourages us to turn our attention inward, to examine our values, and to understand that our sense of wealth and fulfillment stems from within, not from what we possess. In today's society, wealth is often equated with status symbols, luxury cars, sprawling homes, and designer clothing. The race to accumulate these symbols can create a dangerous cycle of financial stress and emotional dissatisfaction. Many individuals find themselves working longer hours, taking on debt, or sacrificing meaningful relationships to achieve an image of wealth that may not even bring them happiness. The Stoics would view this behavior as a form of enslavement, a dependence on external factors for inner peace. They believed that true freedom comes from mastering our desires, not from indulging them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, often reflected on this principle in his writings. As a Roman emperor, he had access to immense wealth and power, yet he constantly reminded himself to strip away the unnecessary and focus on what truly mattered. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength," he wrote. This mindset allowed him to maintain a sense of inner stability and purpose, even amidst the pressures of ruling an empire. For the Stoics, wealth was not measured by possessions but by the strength of character and the ability to live according to reason and virtue. Consider a simple example from modern life. Two individuals, John and Anna, both earning the same income and living in the same city. John views wealth as the accumulation of material possessions. He spends his money on the latest gadgets, expensive vacations, and luxury items, hoping these will bring him happiness. Yet over time, John finds himself in debt and constantly stressed about maintaining his lifestyle. Despite his outward success, he feels unfulfilled, always chasing the next thing. Anna, on the other hand, approaches her finances with a Stoic mindset. She focuses on what truly matters to her, spending quality time with loved ones, pursuing personal growth, and finding joy in simple pleasures. She avoids unnecessary expenses, saves diligently, and invests wisely. Anna experiences a deep sense of contentment because her financial choices align with her values. Over time, she builds both financial security and emotional well-being. While John feels trapped in a cycle of consumption and stress, Anna enjoys a life of freedom and fulfillment, illustrating the Stoic belief that wealth begins within. The Stoic emphasis on inner wealth is not about rejecting material success, but about understanding its proper place in life. Material possessions and financial achievements are tools, not ends in themselves. By cultivating gratitude, self-discipline, and clarity of purpose, we can redefine our relationship with wealth in a way that enhances our overall well-being. Gratitude is a particularly powerful tool in this process. By focusing on what we already have, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. The Stoics practice gratitude daily, reflecting on the blessings in their lives and reminding themselves of the impermanence of material things. This practice can be transformative, especially in a culture that often promotes dissatisfaction and the constant desire for more. By appreciating what we have, we begin to realize that true wealth is not about accumulation, but about contentment. Another key practice is mindful spending. Before making financial decisions, the Stoic approach encourages us to pause and reflect. Does this purchase align with my values? Will it bring lasting fulfillment, or is it a fleeting desire? This kind of intentionality helps us avoid impulsive spending and ensures that our resources are directed toward what truly matters. For example, investing in experiences that bring joy and strengthen relationships often provides far more lasting value than buying the latest trend. Stoicism also teaches us to detach from comparison, a major source of financial anxiety in the modern world. Social media and advertising often fuel feelings of inadequacy by showcasing the lifestyles of others. Epictetus warned against envy, calling it a self-inflicted torment. Instead of measuring our worth against others, the Stoics advise focusing on our own progress and aligning our actions with our unique goals and values. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress, but also fosters a deeper sense of self-fulfillment. By embracing these principles, we can transform our financial lives and achieve a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Imagine the freedom of living without the constant pressure to keep up with others, the joy of finding fulfillment in meaningful experiences rather than material possessions, and the confidence of knowing that your financial decisions align with your core values. This is the wealth the Stoics envisioned, not a wealth of things, but a wealth of the soul. The path to true wealth begins with a shift in mindset. It's about recognizing that material success is not the ultimate goal, but a means to support a life of virtue and meaning. By cultivating inner abundance, practicing gratitude, and approaching finances with clarity and intention, we can achieve both financial stability and emotional well-being. As the Stoics remind us, the richest individuals are not those who have the most, but those who need the least. Wealth begins within, and it is within our power to cultivate it. The Stoics believed that peace of mind comes from focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. This principle, known as the dichotomy of control, is central to Stoic thought. Epictetus famously wrote, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." When applied to personal finance, this idea becomes a powerful tool for managing money with clarity and confidence, free from unnecessary stress about factors beyond our influence. In today's volatile financial world, many people find themselves overwhelmed by uncertainty, whether it's market fluctuations, economic downturns, or unexpected expenses. However, the Stoic mindset offers a way to navigate these challenges with resilience. By identifying what is within our control, our spending habits, saving strategies, investment decisions, and financial goals, we can take decisive action to build stability. At the same time, we must learn to release the anxiety tied to external factors, such as the stock market's ups and downs or economic policies beyond our influence. Imagine you're an investor. You've done thorough research, diversified your portfolio, and made thoughtful decisions based on your financial goals. Then the market takes a sudden downturn, causing your investments to lose value. A reactive mindset might lead to panic, rash decisions, or abandoning a well-constructed plan. A Stoic, however, would pause and reflect. Did I make the best decisions based on the information I had? Have I prepared for uncertainty by creating a balanced portfolio? If the answer is yes, then there is no reason to despair. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This perspective allows you to maintain composure and trust in your process, knowing that market movements are beyond your control. This principle also applies to day-to-day financial management. Consider unexpected expenses such as a medical bill or car repair. While these situations can feel frustrating, worrying excessively about the unpredictability of life achieves nothing. Instead, focus on what you can control, building an emergency fund, creating a realistic budget, and planning for contingencies. These actions empower you to face financial surprises with confidence rather than fear. A real-life example of controlling the controllables is the story of Sarah, a small business owner. When the pandemic hit, her business faced severe challenges due to reduced customer demand. Instead of panicking, Sarah applied a Stoic approach. She focused on what she could control, reducing unnecessary expenses, pivoting her business model to online sales, and applying for available financial assistance programs. By concentrating her energy on actionable steps, she not only survived the crisis, but emerged with a stronger, more adaptable business. One of the most significant benefits of adopting the Stoic principle of control is the reduction of financial anxiety. Many of us worry about the future, whether it's the fear of losing a job, missing investment opportunities, or not having enough for retirement. These concerns often stem from focusing on uncertainties rather than taking proactive measures. Stoicism encourages us to redirect our energy toward constructive actions, such as improving our skills to increase employability, automating savings, or seeking professional financial advice. This shift in focus not only improves financial outcomes but also fosters a sense of empowerment and peace of mind. Practically speaking, mastering your finances the Stoic way involves cultivating habits that reinforce control over your money. Start by creating a clear budget that aligns with your values and goals. Prioritize saving and investing consistently, even if the amounts seem small. What matters is the discipline. Diversify your investments to manage risk effectively, understanding that market volatility is outside your control, but your preparation is not. Finally, accept that setbacks are part of life and financial journeys. By focusing on resilience rather than perfection, you can navigate challenges with greater ease. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of detaching from outcomes. While it's essential to set financial goals, becoming overly attached to achieving them within a specific timeline can lead to frustration. Instead, focus on the effort you put into achieving those goals, knowing that you've done your best. This mindset allows you to remain steady even if circumstances shift unexpectedly. In mastering your finances through the lens of Stoicism, you create a foundation of stability and strength. By concentrating on what you can control, your actions, decisions, and mindset, you build resilience against the uncertainties of life. At the same time, by letting go of what you cannot control, you free yourself from the emotional weight of worry and fear. The result is not only financial security, but also the peace of mind that comes from living in alignment with Stoic principles. As Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Control what you can, release what you cannot, and watch your financial life transform. One of the most enduring lessons of Stoicism is the ability to distinguish between what is essential and what is superfluous. This principle is crucial when applied to personal finance, where the constant pull of consumerism often blurs the line between needs and wants. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus cautioned against being a slave to desires, stating, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Understanding the difference between what we need and what we merely want is key to achieving financial freedom and living a life of purpose. Modern life is filled with temptations to spend. Advertisements, social media, and cultural norms constantly encourage us to equate success with the accumulation of material goods. Yet, the Stoics remind us that wealth is not about having more, but about needing less. By simplifying our desires and focusing on essentials, we can free ourselves from the endless cycle of consumption and find a deeper sense of contentment. Consider the case of Emily, a young professional earning a comfortable salary. She spends her money on designer clothes, the latest gadgets, and expensive nights out, believing that these things will bring her happiness. Over time, Emily realizes that her lifestyle has left her with little savings, mounting debt, and a lingering sense of dissatisfaction. In contrast, her friend Michael takes a Stoic approach to his finances. He focuses on meeting his basic needs such as housing, food, and transportation, while prioritizing saving and investing. Michael occasionally treats himself, but does so intentionally and within his means. Years later, Michael has financial security and the freedom to pursue his passions, while Emily feels trapped in a cycle of stress and consumer debt. This contrast highlights the importance of differentiating between needs and wants. From a Stoic perspective, the discipline to prioritize needs over wants is not about deprivation, but about achieving clarity. Seneca wrote, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool." When we allow unchecked desires to dictate our spending, we lose control of our finances and, by extension, our freedom. However, by adopting a minimalist mindset, we regain control over our resources and our lives. This doesn't mean we must renounce all luxuries. It means we approach them mindfully and ensure they align with our values. To put this into practice, consider conducting a Stoic audit of your expenses. Reflect on where your money goes each month and ask yourself, does this expense fulfill a genuine need, or is it driven by impulse or societal pressure? Will this purchase add lasting value to my life, or is it a fleeting gratification? How does this spending align with my long-term financial goals and personal values? Through this exercise, you can begin to identify areas where you might be overspending on wants and redirect those resources toward savings, investments, or meaningful experiences. Over time, this shift in focus can lead to significant financial growth and emotional satisfaction. Another practical tool inspired by Stoicism is voluntary discomfort. The Stoics often practiced temporary deprivation to build resilience and gratitude for what they had. For example, they might eat plain meals, sleep on the floor, or wear simple clothing to remind themselves that happiness does not depend on luxury. Modern applications of this practice could include reducing dining out for a month, cutting back on non-essential subscriptions, or opting for public transportation instead of driving. These small acts of discipline can help recalibrate your sense of need and want, making it easier to prioritize essentials and save for the future. The dichotomy of needs and wants is not only a financial principle, but also a path to inner peace. When we let go of unnecessary desires, we free ourselves from the anxiety of trying to keep up with others or constantly seeking the next big thing. Instead, we find contentment in the simplicity of life and the pursuit of what truly matters. This mindset not only strengthens our finances but also deepens our connection to Stoic virtues like moderation, gratitude, and self-discipline. Achieving financial freedom is not about earning more, but about needing less. It's about aligning your spending with your values, focusing on what truly brings joy and fulfillment, and letting go of the distractions that lead to financial stress. As the Stoics teach us, the wealthiest individuals are those who understand the power of enough. By embracing this principle, you take a significant step toward financial independence and a life of purpose and tranquility. Stoicism teaches us to embrace life's challenges with a mindset of acceptance and growth. This principle, known as amor fati, the love of fate, encourages us to welcome every event, whether good or bad, as an essential part of our journey. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." When applied to personal finance, amor fati transforms financial setbacks into opportunities for learning, resilience, and future success. In the financial world, setbacks are inevitable. Investments may lose value, businesses can fail, and unexpected expenses arise. While these moments can be deeply frustrating, they are also opportunities to reflect, adjust, and grow. Amor fati doesn't mean passively accepting failure. It means actively engaging with challenges, using them as fuel for progress. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" the Stoic mindset encourages us to ask, "How can I use this experience to become stronger and wiser?" Imagine a young entrepreneur, Alex, who starts a small business with great enthusiasm and high expectations. Despite hard work, the business struggles, eventually leading to closure. Alex could see this as a devastating failure, but by embracing amor fati, they instead view it as a valuable lesson. The experience teaches Alex about financial management, customer needs, and market dynamics. With this newfound knowledge, Alex starts a second business, avoiding past mistakes and achieving success. The initial setback, while painful, becomes a stepping stone to greater achievement. This mindset can also apply to personal financial challenges. Consider someone who experiences a significant financial loss due to an economic downturn. The immediate reaction might be panic or regret. But through the lens of amor fati, this individual could focus on what can be learned from the experience. Perhaps they recognize the importance of diversification, the need for an emergency fund, or the value of staying calm during market fluctuations. These lessons not only prevent similar mistakes in the future, but also build financial resilience. Stoicism teaches us that setbacks are not inherently negative. They are neutral events shaped by our perception and response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Financial losses, though uncomfortable, can push us to reevaluate our strategies, reassess our priorities, and cultivate habits that lead to long-term success. For example, losing a job might prompt someone to pursue additional skills or a new career path that ultimately leads to greater opportunities. Another important aspect of amor fati is the ability to focus on the present moment. When facing financial difficulties, it's easy to become overwhelmed by regrets about the past or fears about the future. The Stoics remind us to anchor ourselves in the present, taking productive actions rather than being paralyzed by worry. This approach not only reduces stress but also empowers us to take steps that improve our circumstances. One way to practice amor fati in financial situations is to reframe challenges as opportunities. For instance, if an investment performs poorly, use the experience to deepen your understanding of market trends and risk management. If unexpected expenses arise, view them as a reminder of the importance of budgeting and building an emergency fund. If income decreases, use the moment to explore new streams of revenue, develop skills, or focus on personal growth. By reframing these moments, you can turn financial adversity into a catalyst for improvement. This doesn't erase the difficulty of the experience, but it transforms its impact, making it a source of growth rather than despair. Stoicism also encourages gratitude during difficult times. Reflecting on what remains intact despite a setback can provide perspective and reduce feelings of loss. For example, someone who faces financial challenges might still have supportive relationships, good health, or skills that can be leveraged for recovery. Gratitude helps shift focus from scarcity to abundance, reinforcing the resilience needed to move forward. Finally, amor fati teaches us to detach from outcomes. While we can control our efforts, we cannot control every result. This principle encourages us to focus on what we can do, whether that's creating a new budget, seeking advice, or finding alternative solutions, without becoming consumed by what's beyond our influence. Accepting this reality not only reduces stress but also fosters a sense of inner peace. Financial setbacks, while difficult, are opportunities to practice amor fati. They challenge us to accept the reality of the situation, learn from it, and emerge stronger. By adopting this Stoic mindset, we can transform even the most challenging financial moments into valuable lessons and stepping stones to future success. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Embrace setbacks, turn them into fuel, and watch as they propel you forward on your journey to financial freedom and resilience. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, the ability to delay rewards has become a rare and valuable skill. Stoicism emphasizes patience and long-term thinking as essential virtues, teaching us that true fulfillment often requires enduring short-term discomfort for greater long-term gains. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself," highlighting the importance of self-discipline in achieving meaningful goals. When applied to personal finance, the Stoic approach to delayed gratification becomes a cornerstone for building wealth and financial independence. Modern life is designed to tempt us with immediate pleasures. From one-click shopping to credit card debt, the tools of convenience can lead to financial choices that prioritize the present at the expense of the future. The Stoics, however, believed in aligning actions with long-term purpose rather than fleeting desires. This mindset encourages us to resist the lure of instant rewards and focus instead on what truly matters over the long haul. The principle of delayed gratification is most famously illustrated by the marshmallow test, a psychological study in which children were offered a choice: one marshmallow now or two marshmallows later if they could wait. The results showed that those who could delay gratification tended to experience greater success in various aspects of life, including financial well-being. This concept directly mirrors the Stoic practice of self-restraint and forethought, emphasizing the importance of enduring short-term sacrifice for enduring rewards. Consider the case of James, who dreams of achieving financial independence. At 25, James is tempted by the latest gadgets, frequent dining out, and luxury vacations. However, inspired by Stoic principles, he chooses to live below his means, save a significant portion of his income, and invest consistently. While his peers indulge in immediate pleasures, James focuses on long-term growth, patiently allowing compound interest to work in his favor. By 40, James has built a robust investment portfolio and the financial freedom to choose how he spends his time. His peers, who prioritized instant gratification, are still working to pay off debts and struggling to save for the future. The power of delayed gratification lies in the ability to harness time as an ally. Investments grow exponentially through compounding, a process Albert Einstein reportedly called the eighth wonder of the world. This phenomenon is a testament to the Stoic virtue of patience. Those who can wait are often rewarded far beyond those who rush. For example, An individual who invests $100 monthly starting at age 20 will accumulate far more by retirement than someone who begins investing the same amount at age 40, even if the latter invests at a higher rate. Practicing delayed gratification also strengthens our ability to differentiate between wants and needs. The Stoics taught that unnecessary desires are distractions that can lead us astray. By focusing on what truly brings value to our lives, we can allocate resources more effectively. This doesn't mean forgoing all pleasures, rather it means making intentional choices. For instance, instead of spending impulsively on a luxury item, you might choose to save for a dream home or an enriching travel experience that aligns with your values. To develop the habit of delayed gratification, consider applying the following Stoic-inspired strategies. Visualize the outcome. Reflect on the long-term benefits of your financial goals. Picture the freedom of retiring early, the security of an emergency fund, or the joy of achieving a meaningful milestone. Keeping this vision in mind strengthens your resolve to delay gratification. Set clear priorities. Identify what matters most to you and align your financial decisions accordingly. If financial independence is a priority, direct your resources toward saving and investing rather than short-term pleasures. Practice voluntary discomfort. As the Stoics often recommended, expose yourself to temporary sacrifices to build resilience. For example, cook at home instead of eating out for a month, or challenge yourself to a no-spend week. These small exercises reinforce discipline and remind you that happiness doesn't depend on constant indulgence. Automate good habits. Remove the temptation to spend by automating savings and investments. When a portion of your income is directed toward your financial goals before it reaches your checking account, you're less likely to be swayed by impulsive desires. The rewards of delayed gratification extend beyond finances. The discipline and patience required to wait for meaningful outcomes cultivate a sense of control and purpose in other areas of life. As you master the art of self-restraint, you develop greater resilience to life's challenges and a deeper appreciation for the rewards of your efforts. Stoicism reminds us that the journey to wealth and independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. By embracing the power of delayed gratification, you align your actions with your long-term goals, ensuring that every choice brings you closer to the life you envision. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good. In the realm of personal finance, the fruits of patience are freedom, security, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've built a future on a solid foundation. The journey to wealth and financial independence requires patience and discipline, but the rewards are unmatched: freedom, security, and a life aligned with your values. If you believe in the power of Stoic philosophy and want to keep learning how to apply it to your financial growth, subscribe to our channel now. Here we explore how timeless ideas can transform your perspective on wealth and success. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Together, let's build a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. The Stoic concept of memento mori, or remember you must die, is a profound reminder of life's impermanence. Far from being morbid, this principle urges us to live with intention and prioritize what truly matters. In the realm of personal finance, memento mori teaches us to plan wisely for the future while making the most of the present. As Seneca wisely observed, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Applying memento mori to financial planning begins with understanding that our time and resources are finite. Many people spend years working tirelessly without considering how their financial choices align with their ultimate goals. The Stoics encourage us to reflect on the brevity of life and use this awareness to make deliberate decisions. Financial planning becomes not just a means of accumulating wealth, but a tool to create a life of purpose, security, and fulfillment. One of the most practical ways to embody this principle is through estate and legacy planning. While it's uncomfortable for many to think about mortality, failing to plan for the future can leave loved ones unprepared and create unnecessary stress. By setting up a will, designating beneficiaries, and considering life insurance, you ensure that your values and wishes are honored even after you're gone. This is a deeply Stoic act, preparing for the inevitable with calm and foresight. Memento mori also reminds us to prioritize experiences and relationships over material accumulation. Consider the story of David, a successful professional who dedicated his life to building a substantial fortune, but neglected his family and personal passions. In his later years, David realized he had amassed wealth but missed countless opportunities to connect with loved ones or pursue meaningful experiences. By contrast, his friend Sarah embraced memento mori. She worked diligently but also allocated resources to create memories with her family, travel to places she dreamed of, and invest in causes she cared about. While both achieved financial success, Sarah's approach led to a life filled with purpose and connection. This principle also extends to finding balance between saving and enjoying life in the present. While saving for the future is essential, memento mori encourages us to avoid deferring all happiness to a distant someday. For example, a young couple might save aggressively for retirement, but neglect opportunities to create meaningful memories while their children are young. The Stoic mindset suggests a middle path. Plan responsibly for the future while embracing moments that enrich life today. Practically, this balance can be achieved by setting clear financial goals that include both long-term security and short-term enjoyment, allocating a portion of your budget for experiences that align with your values, such as family trips, hobbies, or self-improvement. Reviewing your financial plan regularly to ensure it reflects your evolving priorities. Another powerful aspect of memento mori is its ability to motivate action. Procrastination is one of the greatest barriers to effective financial planning. Many delay important tasks like saving for retirement, building an emergency fund, or paying off debt, believing they have plenty of time. The Stoics, however, remind us that time is uncertain and precious. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This perspective can inspire you to take immediate steps toward financial health rather than putting off decisions for an uncertain future. Additionally, memento mori invites us to question how our financial choices align with our legacy. What do you want to leave behind? Not just in terms of wealth, but also in terms of impact. Perhaps you wish to support a cause you're passionate about, help family members achieve their goals, or contribute to your community. Financial planning allows you to create a legacy that reflects your values and ensures that your life's work has a lasting, positive effect. Ultimately, memento mori transforms financial planning into a deeply meaningful practice. By recognizing the brevity of life, you become more intentional about how you earn, save, and spend your money. Every dollar and decision becomes a tool to create a life that reflects your highest values and priorities. Life's impermanence is not something to fear, but a call to action. By planning wisely for the future while cherishing the present, you can achieve both financial security and a fulfilling life. As the Stoics teach, life is long if you know how to use it. Embrace memento mori as a guide to living fully, financially prepared for whatever the future holds, and focused on what truly matters. For the Stoics, virtue was the highest good and the foundation of a meaningful life. They believed that qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance should guide all decisions, including those related to wealth. In the pursuit of financial success, the Stoic focus on virtue serves as a reminder that how we create and manage wealth matters just as much as the wealth itself. Seneca famously said, "A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness," highlighting the importance of ethics and integrity in all endeavors. Wealth creation, when guided by virtue, transcends the accumulation of money and becomes a force for good. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of compromising principles for profit, whether through unethical business practices, dishonest financial dealings, or exploitation. The Stoic approach, however, insists that true success cannot be achieved at the expense of others. Wealth built on dishonesty or harm is fragile and unworthy of admiration. By contrast, wealth earned through virtuous actions is both sustainable and deeply rewarding. Consider the role of justice, one of the core Stoic virtues, in financial decision-making. Justice calls us to act fairly and honorably, whether we are negotiating a contract, managing employees, or interacting with customers. A business owner who treats employees with respect and compensates them fairly not only builds a stronger, more loyal team, but also creates a positive reputation that benefits the business in the long term. Similarly, an investor who avoids unethical ventures, such as those that exploit workers or harm the environment, contributes to a better world while maintaining a clear conscience. Wisdom, another central Stoic virtue, plays a critical role in financial success. Wisdom involves making informed and thoughtful decisions based on knowledge and experience. In personal finance, this means understanding the principles of saving, investing, and risk management. It also means seeking advice when needed and learning from past mistakes. A wise approach to money prioritizes long-term goals over impulsive spending and aligns financial strategies with personal values. Temperance, or self-discipline, is equally essential in wealth creation. This virtue encourages moderation and control over desires, helping us avoid the pitfalls of greed and excess. For example, a disciplined approach to budgeting ensures that resources are allocated wisely, preventing overspending and debt. Temperance also supports the practice of delayed gratification, allowing us to invest in the future rather than indulging in short-term pleasures that undermine long-term goals. Courage, the final core Stoic virtue, is often overlooked in discussions about wealth but is vital for financial growth. Courage is required to take calculated risks, whether it's starting a business, investing in a new venture, or pursuing a career change. It also involves the strength to face financial challenges, such as overcoming debt or rebuilding after a loss. As Epictetus observed, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Financial resilience, guided by courage, allows us to persevere and thrive even in the face of adversity. One real-life example of virtue-driven wealth creation is the story of Patagonia, the outdoor apparel company. Founder Yvon Chouinard built the company on principles of environmental sustainability and social responsibility. By prioritizing the well-being of the planet and its workers over short-term profits, Patagonia has not only achieved financial success, but also earned widespread respect and loyalty from customers. This alignment of virtue and business demonstrates that ethical practices can be a powerful driver of both wealth and positive impact. Practically, cultivating virtue in your financial life starts with intentionality. Reflect on your core values and consider how they can guide your financial decisions. For example, in investing, choose ventures or funds that align with your ethical principles, such as socially responsible or green investments. In business, ensure that your practices prioritize fairness, transparency, and respect for others. In personal finance, adopt habits that reflect moderation and responsibility, such as saving consistently, avoiding debt, and sharing resources with those in need. The Stoic commitment to virtue also reminds us to use wealth as a tool for the common good. Wealth in itself is neither good nor bad, it is neutral. What matters is how we use it. Generosity, philanthropy, and support for meaningful causes allow us to transform financial success into a source of positive change. As Marcus Aurelius noted, what we do now echoes in eternity. By acting virtuously with our resources, we leave a legacy that extends beyond material wealth. Ultimately, the Stoic emphasis on virtue ensures that the pursuit of wealth does not lead us astray. Instead of becoming consumed by greed or materialism, we remain anchored in principles that bring lasting fulfillment and meaning. By aligning our financial choices with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we create not only wealth but also a life of integrity and purpose. As the Stoics teach, true prosperity is not just about what we have but about who we become in the process. In a world driven by consumerism, minimalism offers a powerful counterbalance. This philosophy, which emphasizes simplicity and intentionality, aligns perfectly with the Stoic mindset. The Stoics believed in focusing on what truly matters and letting go of distractions that lead to unnecessary stress. Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions but in having few wants. When applied to personal finance, minimalism becomes a tool for financial clarity, freedom, and peace of mind. The connection between minimalism and Stoicism lies in their shared rejection of excess. Both philosophies encourage us to evaluate our needs critically and to question whether the pursuit of material goods contributes to our happiness or hinders it. Modern consumer culture often equates possessions with success and status, but the Stoics challenge this notion by asking whether such possessions truly serve our well-being. Minimalism takes this a step further by advocating for deliberate choices that prioritize quality over quantity and value over vanity. Consider the financial implications of adopting a minimalist lifestyle. By simplifying your expenses, you free up resources to focus on what truly matters. Whether it's saving for the future, pursuing meaningful experiences, or investing in personal growth. For example, a minimalist approach might involve downsizing your living space, reducing discretionary spending, or avoiding unnecessary purchases. These choices not only reduce financial stress, but also create a sense of liberation from the constant pressure to acquire more. One of the most profound benefits of minimalism is its impact on financial health. Simplifying your lifestyle can lead to significant savings over time, allowing you to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, or invest in long-term goals. For instance, cooking at home instead of dining out, using public transportation instead of owning a car, or adopting a capsule wardrobe can collectively save thousands of dollars annually. These changes, while seemingly small, align with the Stoic principle of temperance, which calls for moderation and self-control. The practice of financial minimalism also involves evaluating your spending habits. Many people accumulate possessions that provide only fleeting satisfaction, leading to cluttered spaces and strained budgets. The Stoics, however, teach us to focus on essentials and to find joy in simplicity. By conducting a financial decluttering exercise, you can identify and eliminate expenses that don't add value to your life. This might include canceling unused subscriptions, selling items you no longer need, or reassessing luxury habits that don't bring lasting fulfillment. Minimalism doesn't mean deprivation. It means intentionality. A minimalist approach to finance encourages you to spend money on what truly matters to you, rather than what society dictates. For example, instead of upgrading to the latest smartphone every year, you might choose to use your current device until it's genuinely needed and allocate those funds to travel, education, or investments. This shift in priorities aligns with the Stoic goal of living in harmony with reason and values, rather than being swayed by external pressures. The minimalist Stoic mindset also extends to the emotional benefits of simplicity. By reducing financial obligations and material clutter, you create mental space for reflection, creativity, and relationships. This aligns with the Stoic idea that a tranquil mind is a rich mind. Seneca observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By letting go of unnecessary desires, you cultivate contentment and peace. An inspiring example of financial minimalism is the story of Lisa, a corporate professional who found herself overwhelmed by the demands of maintaining a high-consumption lifestyle. Despite earning a six-figure income, Lisa felt constantly stressed and unfulfilled. She decided to adopt a minimalist approach, reducing her living expenses, downsizing her home, and focusing on experiences rather than possessions. Over time, Lisa paid off her debts, saved for early retirement, and discovered a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced before. Her journey reflects the Stoic principle that true wealth lies in needing less. To integrate financial minimalism into your life, consider the following steps. Audit your expenses. Review your spending habits and identify areas where you can simplify. Focus on eliminating expenses that don't align with your values or long-term goals. Prioritize quality over quantity. Invest in fewer but higher quality items that serve a meaningful purpose, whether it's durable clothing, reliable tools, or enriching experiences. Adopt a one-in, one-out rule. For every new item you purchase, let go of an old one. This practice helps maintain balance and prevents clutter. Cultivate gratitude. Practice appreciating what you already have rather than constantly seeking more. Gratitude fosters contentment and reduces the urge to spend impulsively. Minimalism, when paired with Stoic philosophy, offers a powerful framework for financial simplicity and freedom. By focusing on essentials, aligning spending with values, and letting go of excess, you can create a life that is not only financially secure, but also deeply fulfilling. As the Stoics teach us, the greatest wealth is to live content with little. Embrace minimalism as a path to both financial clarity and inner peace, and watch how it transforms your relationship with money and life itself. Achieving financial success is a significant milestone, but maintaining humility and purpose when wealth arrives is an even greater challenge. Stoicism offers timeless guidance on how to navigate the temptations and responsibilities that come with financial prosperity. The Stoics taught that external riches should never define our character or values. As Seneca wisely noted, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Even in abundance, the Stoic mindset reminds us to remain grounded, virtuous, and mindful of the true purpose of wealth. Wealth has a way of amplifying one's character. For some, it becomes an opportunity to pursue greater good, while for others, it leads to arrogance or indulgence. The Stoics believe that true wealth lies in virtue and wisdom, not in material possessions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals of his time, frequently reflected on this truth. Despite his position as a Roman emperor, he reminded himself daily that external power and wealth were fleeting. "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have," he wrote, "but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." This perspective is particularly relevant in modern times, where the acquisition of wealth often brings new pressures. The desire to maintain status, the fear of losing assets, and the lure of extravagant lifestyles can quickly erode the sense of satisfaction that wealth is supposed to bring. Stoicism counters this by encouraging us to view wealth as a tool rather than a source of identity. A Stoic approach to financial success involves using resources to align with higher values, such as personal growth, relationships, and contributions to society. Consider the story of Rachel, a successful entrepreneur who built a thriving business and accumulated significant wealth. At first, she indulged in luxury, purchasing high-end cars and designer goods. However, she soon realized that these possessions did not bring lasting happiness. Inspired by Stoic principles, Rachel shifted her focus. She simplified her lifestyle, invested in causes she cared about, and prioritized spending time with loved ones. By staying grounded and aligning her wealth with her values, she found a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. To stay grounded in the face of financial success, the Stoics advise practicing gratitude and moderation. Gratitude keeps us aware of the blessings we already have, reducing the tendency to chase unnecessary desires. Moderation ensures that we use wealth wisely, avoiding the pitfalls of excess. For instance, instead of continuously upgrading to larger homes or more expensive cars, a Stoic might choose to live comfortably while directing resources toward meaningful goals, such as supporting family, giving back to the community, or pursuing personal passions. Another important Stoic practice is remembering the impermanence of wealth. Markets fluctuate, economies shift, and fortunes can disappear overnight. By acknowledging this reality, we prepare ourselves to face financial losses with resilience and grace. Seneca reminds us, wealth is only useful if it serves the soul. This mindset helps us detach from the fear of losing wealth and focus instead on the virtues that truly define us. Humility is also a cornerstone of staying grounded when wealth arrives. The Stoics warn against letting success inflate the ego. Instead, they encourage us to view wealth as a responsibility. Those who have more resources are in a unique position to make a positive impact, whether by mentoring others, donating to meaningful causes, or fostering opportunities for those in need. Wealth, when used virtuously, becomes a force for good rather than a source of selfish indulgence. Practically, staying grounded in wealth involves adopting habits that keep our values at the forefront. These might include regular reflection. Dedicate time to assess whether your financial decisions align with your principles. Journaling or meditative practices can help maintain perspective. Philanthropy. Allocate a portion of your wealth to charitable endeavors that resonate with your values. This not only benefits others but also reinforces gratitude and purpose. Accountability. Surround yourself with trusted friends or advisors who can provide honest feedback and keep you accountable to your goals and values. Simplicity. Resist the urge to overcomplicate your financial life. A simple, intentional approach to wealth management reduces stress and keeps your focus on what truly matters. Remaining humble and purposeful with wealth is not about rejecting success, but about using it wisely. Stoicism teaches that true prosperity is measured not by what we have, but by how we use it. Wealth, when wielded with virtue, becomes a tool for creating a life of meaning and impact. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Whether you are just starting to accumulate wealth or managing great financial success, let Stoic principles guide your journey, ensuring that prosperity enhances your life rather than controls it. When we talk about achieving financial independence and living a life free of financial anxiety, the Stoic concept of eudaimonia, a flourishing life, offers profound insights. Eudaimonia, often translated as living the good life, is not about accumulating material wealth or chasing superficial pleasures. Instead, it focuses on living virtuously, with a sense of purpose and alignment with our highest values. The Stoics believed that financial freedom is not merely about having enough money, but about attaining peace of mind by managing our desires and aligning our resources with what truly matters. Financial anxiety often stems from a sense of scarcity, the fear of losing what we have, or the endless pursuit of more. Stoicism teaches us that this cycle of worry can be broken by cultivating self-discipline and shifting our focus from external possessions to internal stability. Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. When we apply this principle to personal finance, we begin to see that true financial independence is about controlling our spending habits, planning for the future, and detaching from unnecessary desires, rather than relying solely on external wealth. To live the good life financially, one must first clarify what wealth truly means. For some, it may be the freedom to spend more time with family or pursue creative passions. For others, it might be the ability to give back to their community or live comfortably without debt. Whatever the goal, Stoicism encourages us to align our financial decisions with our deeper purpose rather than societal expectations. For example, someone who values freedom might prioritize paying off debt and building an emergency fund, while someone driven by contribution might focus on philanthropy or community investments. In each case, the pursuit of eudaimonia ensures that financial choices serve a greater purpose. A significant part of this journey involves overcoming the fear of financial insecurity. The Stoics recognized that uncertainty is a constant in life, and they taught us to prepare for it without becoming consumed by it. Seneca's practice of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, can be a valuable financial tool. By imagining worst-case scenarios, losing a job, facing unexpected expenses, or enduring market downturns, we can take proactive steps to mitigate these risks. Building an emergency fund, diversifying investments, and acquiring new skills are practical ways to prepare for uncertainty while maintaining peace of mind. Financial independence also requires us to cultivate gratitude for what we already have. The endless pursuit of more often leads to dissatisfaction, whereas appreciating the resources and opportunities we currently possess fosters a sense of abundance. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to sufficiency, reducing the anxiety that often accompanies financial ambitions. In striving for financial eudaimonia, generosity plays an essential role. Sharing resources with others not only benefits the recipients, but also deepens our connection to the community and reinforces a sense of purpose. Acts of giving, whether through philanthropy, supporting loved ones, or volunteering time, transform financial success into a tool for creating lasting impact. By embracing generosity, we align our wealth with the Stoic virtues of justice and kindness, ensuring that our financial journey contributes to a flourishing life, not only for ourselves, but for those around us. The journey to financial independence is as much about mindset as it is about money. By applying Stoic principles such as self-discipline, gratitude, and generosity, we create a life that is not only financially secure, but also deeply fulfilling. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By cultivating a healthy relationship with money and aligning our financial goals with our values, we achieve not just wealth but the peace of mind that comes from living virtuously. If you're ready to apply Stoic wisdom to your financial life and take the next step toward true independence, subscribe to our channel now. Here we explore the intersection of timeless philosophy and modern finance, offering actionable insights to help you live the good life. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us on this journey to financial freedom and inner peace. Together we can build a life of purpose, prosperity, and eudaimonia.